because of the terrible famine. So we see that these Ashkenazi Jews, European Jews, are in famine, but yet their skin is white, pale white, because when white people are in famine, this is the color that their skin get. So we know that Jeremiah was talking about a black people, because white people cannot get black like an oven. And I'm not saying this to be funny, but the only way they can get black like an oven is if they are burned. And I'm talking about literally set on fire and burned. That will be the only way. They can't do it by the sun, because if they're out in the sun too long, their skin would turn red and blister. So the sun cannot turn them black like an oven. But Jeremiah didn't say the sun turned them black. He said that the famine turned them black. So these people did not eat, and their skin was black like an oven. So I hope that you're getting this understanding, brothers and sisters, and you're getting this information and you're taking it, and now the Most High is starting to awaken you, starting to open your understanding of what's going on, of just what the scriptures are saying. Like I stated, many of you may have read these scriptures over and over, time and time again, but did not understand what was being shown to you, what was being said to you. Now, this book on the screen, The Arab Invasion of Egypt and the Last 30 Years of the Roman Dominion. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that the Arabs that you see in the land of Israel, in the land of Egypt today, the ones that they put on television all the time, are Arabs. The Arabs invaded Egypt in the 7th century under Muhammad. When they came out of Arabia with that Islam, Egypt was one of the first places that they conquered. So we look into Egypt now, and like I say, the true Egyptian, the ones that are descendants of the pharaohs, you can find them in the back alley somewhere. But the ones that they're going to show you on television, the Egyptians that you see, those are Arabs. Egypt is an Arab republic. Here goes some images of some true Egyptians. These are real Egyptians, and as I stated, they look like us. They still look like Israel to this day. Israel still look like the true Egyptians. These are actual Egyptians that live in Egypt right now. These are them. And these, you won't see them on television. Like I stated, I got these from a website from a brother who visit Egypt often. And he had these images up here. And so these are true Egyptians right here. These are the sons and daughters of the pharaohs. Now, we're going to close this out. We're coming to a close of the physical appearance. You see on your screen right now this woman. And what I want to explain in closing is olive skin, the term olive skin. Now, this woman on the screen right now, they say that this woman has olive skin. They say olive skin is a skin complexion that is cream colored. That is not a black skin tone, it's not a dark skin tone, and it's not a white skin tone, but it's in between those two. It's a mixture almost. This is what they say. But that's not so. Because, see, the term olive skin comes from olives. There are two types of olives in the world. You have green olives, and then you have black olives. So we know that there are not any green men living on this planet. Now, they say that there are green men on Mars, but we are yet to see them. So we got to take that olive skin referred to the black olive, or anybody who had a skin complexion that was the same as black olives. As you can see right now, this brother from the Sudan, as I told you about melanin. Melanin is the substance that is produced in our skin to protect our skin, to give it its dark skin tone, to protect it from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. So you see this brother right here, he has a lot of melanin in his skin. But as you can see, his skin is the same complexion as black olives. This right here is olive skin. So brothers and sisters, I hope you have enjoyed this visual presentation of your history, of your heritage, of the heritage of the children of Israel. But before we close this out, look at some of these images up here as they're flashing on your screen. All of those images that they have given us of white European biblical characters. All of that is nothing but deception. 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 Big time. Deception. And none of those images are comparable to the images that we have seen of the true Israelites. So I hope that you have been shown the truth. The truth. Now that you know Israel is a black nation, always was. The original Hebrews were a black people. Now let's go to part 2. Let's go to the curses, and let's connect the so-called black people of the Western Hemisphere to these ancient black people. And I love it if see, this is information that not only the so-called black people need to know, the so-called African American, but all men and women need to know this truth. If you are a Jewish person listening to this or watching this DVD right now, hey, I'm not bashing out against you. I do not hate Jews. I am not anti-Semitic. I don't deal with any of that. But I do deal with truth. And sometimes when the lie has been given for so long, the truth will hurt when it hits you. You know, when it hits you, it hurts. So this is the truth. That's what I'm dealing in. This is nothing about personal feelings or any of that. This is just truth. And so as the Most High has given this truth to me, it's only fair that I give it out to everybody else, because that's what he has commissioned me to do. He didn't give it to me just for me to have it. He gave it to me so I can help spread it out to the rest of the children of Israel and the world at large. We all need to understand this. As I was stating, the children of Israel, John, the book of John 4:22 says salvation is of Israel. If salvation is of Israel, then the world need to know who the true Israelites are so they can get that salvation. So Israel can lead them to the Messiah, and so the Messiah can open the door for so they can go to the Father Yah. So there are so many things. Now this is a 2-disc set, and I wanted to leave it at a 2-disc, but I could have put more information up here and could have a 4-disc set or something. Maybe later on I will add a part 2 to the physical appearance and add 2 more discs if that is possible, for if the Most High would deem for me to do that. But right here, brothers and sisters, we have it. The evidence have been shown. The scriptural evidence, the archaeological evidence, and when we get into the curses, that's going to break it down, and it's going to show you how you are connected to these ancient people. So I hope that this has been a blessing to you all, whether you are an Israelite Christian, Israelite Muslim, Israelite Buddhist, whatever you are, Hebrews, you got to come out of that. You got to come back to the Father God. He's waiting on you. So with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to leave you in peace as I came to you in peace with the ancient Hebrew words of peace. Shalom, shalom.
And I pray that my people will learn to see your light. Yeah. I sit and I pray that my people will come to know the Most High. I sit and I pray that my people will learn to see your light. Shining bright, yeah. I sit and I pray that someday my people will unite. Yeah. Know themselves and see within your glory. Yeah. And recognize from within your glory. Yeah. I sit and I pray that my people will learn to see your light. Yeah. I sit and I pray that my people will come to know the Most High. I sit and I pray that my people will learn to see your light. Shining bright, yeah. I sit and I pray that someday my people will unite. Yeah, yeah. That my people find direction and see deception. Yeah, that my people put away botheration and frustration.